How you doing this morning? I'm going to talk a little bit about what is a covenant anyway. And it's really not very complicated at all. In fact, it's really easy. In fact, this is going to be a rather short video because a covenant is merely an agreement between two or more parties. For whatever reason, for whatever goal both parties want to enter into this agreement for. That's all it is. It's just an agreement. The parties can be individuals, the parties can be nations, the parties can be groups of nations, groups of people, any way you want to slice and dice it. But it usually is just between two parties. I suppose that if you look at modern day things, modern day organizations, you could say the World Trade Organization or something like that, then yeah, you have a whole bunch of individual nations, and they're all agreeing to do something. But the whole point is they're doing something together that they all agree to do, a certain set of rules that they agree to abide by. So a covenant is simply two or more parties. They are agreeing to abide by some kind of rule that they think is going to lead to a result that's beneficial for both of them, generally speaking. Now, well, yeah, ultimately it will be. Each party sees a benefit of some sort. Now, the parties can be equal, or the parties can be unequal in power, or stature, or clout, or however else you want to define that. And so, but that doesn't change anything really. I mean, each party is still bound by the rules of the covenant. Now so you've got the two parties, you've got rules, and then you've got like the third part of it, which is the consequences of keeping or breaking the rules. Usually there's some sort of, if you keep all the rules, there's some kind of benefit, and if you don't keep the rules, there's some kind of consequence, negative consequence, punishment, if you will. And then I suppose you could take it just maybe one little step further. If you have the rules, you have the consequences, and then the final idea, and this is largely biblically driven because this is going to be a discussion from the Bible, right? There's some sort of way, if you have broken the rules, that you can, in effect, undo the damage that you've done and restore that covenant relationship. And so those are the four things, the four main parts of a covenant. You have to have two or more parties. There's a set of rules that both parties or more parties agree to abide by. There's consequences, both positive and negative, for either keeping or not keeping those rules. And then there is some mechanism by which the covenant relationship, once it's been broken, can be restored back to what it was before. And these are all things that the parties agree to ahead of time. You don't generally make stuff up as you go along. Of course, like anything else, anything can be renegotiated. But since we're talking about biblical things, I can't think of an instance where God renegotiated something on an existing covenant. And so we're just going to stick with those four ideas as we move forward in our discussion. So hope that was easy to understand. Hope I communicated that well to you. The next time we talk, we're going to talk about the covenants, just like a little brief overview of the Bible, very brief, regarding covenants, and I'm just going to let you know why I think there are only two true covenants in the Bible: the Old Covenant and the New Covenant. And of course, all you really have to do, you can be thinking about this yourself. Given the definition of a covenant that I've just given you in those four parts, you can begin to see why I don't consider things like the Abrahamic covenant or the covenant with Noah or the covenant with David to be true covenants. They're more just like promises. But you can think about that, and we'll get into that a little bit next time, okay? Hope you're having a great day. I know I am. The weather's nice here in North Carolina. It's a little cooler than it has been, thank goodness. We've got some cloud cover. unfortunately, I have to go mow the grass, and so that kind of puts a damper on my day. But hey, it's 2 hours of work, and then I'm done, and then I can go do something I want to do. So, hope you have a good day yourself, and we will see you on the next one.